Thank you for coming all this way. If you're here, you're probably feeling that your art or cultural organization is ready to explore new horizons in Latin America. Did you know that your art can reach nearly 500 million Spanish speakers by making your content accessible in Spanish? This means new opportunities, new collaborations, and new audiences in more than 20 countries. In an English-dominated world, communicating in Spanish will make your art stand out while showing your commitment to inclusiveness and diversity. But I know there's an elephant in the room, the language barrier. So how do you go about breaking that barrier? In this video, I'll show you how you can do it without having to spend years and years learning the language. So here are the 5 steps to dance your way into the Latin American art market with just words. But you might be wondering, who's this person talking to me about my art and my audiences and language barriers? Well, my name is Salomé Salazar. I'm an Ecuadorian simultaneous interpreter and translator with more than 10 years of experience. But what's more important, I'm an artist. I've devoted part of my life to contemporary dance, music, theater, and painting. And I'm the creator of Meridian Muse, a boutique translation studio that helps artists, cultural organizations, and event managers in the creative industry to expand to Latin America. This is my brand, Meridian Muse, and that's a photo of me in a dance performance in a beautiful cultural center in Quito, the capital of Ecuador. And with Meridian Muse, I help English and French native-speaking artists communicate smoothly with their Latin American audience at international in-person, virtual, or hybrid events, such as conferences, festivals, forums, bienniales, workshops, etc. And I do this with simultaneous interpretation. I also help artists and cultural organizations make their website, catalog, social media content, and training materials, or any other written content accessible to all Latin America and Spain with translation into Spanish. I also help creatives have globally accessible video content with Spanish subtitling. Okay, enough about me. Let's go into the juicy part. The 5 steps to dance your way into the Latin American art market. The first one is the Moonwalk. Okay, let's say that you've set your intention to take Latin America by storm. So let's get all your content translated into Spanish. But no, hold on. Let's first take a step back. We need some perspective. That's why you need the Moonwalk, to see the bigger picture and prioritize, depending on your specific goals and, of course, your budget. Let's say that you're hosting an international art forum this summer. So to make it truly international, you want a few posts in Spanish in your social media, your best promotional video subtitled into Spanish, and if you have Spanish speakers among your panelists and guests, simultaneous interpretation will bring your international event to a whole new level. So remember, do the Moonwalk. Take a few steps back to see the bigger picture and set clear communication goals. Okay, now the second step, the swing. When you reach out to a whole new audience with its own language and culture, you have to adjust your moves if you want authentic connection. And here, your choice of words can make it or break it. To communicate effectively, you need to understand cross-cultural communication and be able to swing between your audience's language and worldview and yours. And for a good swing, be aware of cultural differences. The third step is the kick. Okay, so you've put a lot of effort, work, and love into the content in your website, social media posts, and videos in English, right? So you deserve that your Spanish content has a kick to it too, right? So make sure your words in Spanish are an extension of your art and that they can have a punch your Latino audience deserves. Let's go into the fourth step, the robot. This is actually a move that you want to avoid. Here, the robot means the machine, and I'm talking about machine translation. It can be wonderful to use Google Translate if you want to get an idea of that dance improvisation article in German that you're dying to understand. But if your art and your reputation are at stake, Google Translate can be your worst enemy. It not only sounds artificial, but a poor translation can even offend your audience. And don't get me started with examples of famous brand ad translations gone bad, costing millions of dollars because the communication department thought saving a few bucks in translation would be a smart move. This is just a couple of funny examples of that. Like me, you probably have no idea what the original texts say here, and we're clueless why Paul is dead and why someone would think eating carpet would be a good idea. So find a language professional who understands your art and your work, so they can convey your essence and message creatively. Now let's go into the fifth tip, the pirouette. Some pirouettes can attract the right audience, but only if you do them right. The same applies to your message in Spanish. Your words in this language have to be very well crafted by someone who really understands what you do and who loves your art, and that is hopefully an artist too. But that's just one part of the job. Rendering your message in Spanish and doing it right requires professional linguistic training and mastering the language as only native speakers do. So, find a Spanish language and art specialist who will help you stand out in this English-dominated world. So these were the 5 tips. But you know, there's a secret move that I really want you to know. And it's called the ripple effect. It consists on harnessing the potential of your art to be a powerful force of change and inspiration at a global scale. Communicating in Spanish will help you touch millions of people across the Americas and Spain. You will be at the forefront of a worldwide art revolution, and it will be the first step into a life-transforming journey of new collaborations, travels, and learnings. Your words will have a truly ripple effect. So be part of this revolutionary global movement that is making art transcend boundaries. Do you like Labi Olsen? Or Rebecca Lindenmood? Or Mark? So do you want to know what's waiting for you in Latin America? Then take the first step and let's talk about your possibilities in the future. To get in touch, go to my website meridian-muse.com or simply scan this QR code. There you can also find this freebie in PDF format if you want to have it handy whenever you need it. As an alternative, you can DM me on Instagram at meridianmuse.art. We can schedule a quick meeting to get to know each other and see how we can work to make your art grow internationally.